everyone, I'm Lisa Renee Jones, and this is my husband Diego Harrison. I'm also Lisa Renee Harrison, and this is Joshua Harrison, his son, who is here with us for the holidays. And many of you have asked me for Diego's green chili sauce.
Chile.
Joshua?
Chile.
Obviously I say it the white chick way. Anyway, so chili is not like the hot, soup stuff that you eat. Apparently it's this. And anyway, so what we're going to do, since I couldn't get him to write down the recipe, is I thought I'd just corner him in the kitchen tonight while he's making the sauce and show you how to do it. So, what do we have in the pan?
We have three of the main ingredients. Serrano peppers, I have about 6 of them in there. Tomatillos, I have about 8 or 9 of them.
Tomatoes, green tomatoes.
And the last one that...
I'm translating.
And the last one that you boil is garlic.
Garlic. So what he has in here is he has garlic cloves. Just like this. He cleans them, he throws them in there. And when I first came in here, before he had blended it, he had... basically he just throws a bunch of green tomatoes, a bunch of peppers, and a bunch of garlic in here. And then when it's all done, he throws it all together in the blender. But I asked him how to tell when it's done, and he said when the tomatoes are mushy like this.
When they're soft, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently it's not about testing the peppers, it's about testing the tomatoes.
Right.
Okay, and then the other thing he has is he has cilantro. This is another white chick thing. I'd heard of cilantro because I go to Mexican restaurants. But I had no idea that cilantro was kind of like a lettuce or something. I don't know.
It's a leafy vegetable.
It's a leafy vegetable. And when I came in here, he and Joshua were picking all the little tips off because Diego doesn't use the stems. Do other people use the stems?
I don't know if other people use the stems. I just use the leaves. So
okay.
Maybe that's all common knowledge to cooks, but we're not cooks.
So here's all what the product ended up being. So what he did was he took about, 3 huge handfuls of the cilantro and put it in the blender. And he put 5 tomatoes and 2 of these big peppers.
Which are very spicy here in Colorado.
Yeah, that's something that he mentioned to me, is that when his mom makes them, she has to use a whole lot more of the peppers. Like he'll just use 2 of these big ones. But she has to use more because they're not as spicy, right?
Right.
So regionally, your serrano peppers really have an impact on how spicy things are, and I don't even hear that in the Food Network very often, so that was kind of something we just stumbled on as he talked to his mom in Texas. And how many of the garlic cloves do you normally put?
I add about the same amount as the tomatoes.
So if you use 5 tomatoes, use 5 garlic cloves and about 2 of the big serrano peppers, but you have to play with that regionally. So what you might do is put 1 pepper in it and then taste as you make it and decide if you want to add more peppers to be safe. So he put all of it together. Along
with some salt and water.
And he uses...
iodized sea salt.
Yeah, it has a much different flavor than the regular salt. It really does. And how much of that do you put?
I just kind of eye it. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea.
He poured, I watched him, he just kept pouring. But again, you have to do that by your personal taste. So then he...
A teaspoon or something?
Yeah, no, it was, I saw you put a whole lot more.
Maybe a tablespoon then.
So he blends it all up, and then comes the taste test. He comes into me and he has me taste it. I choke or I don't choke, and then he goes back and he fixes it. So when you fix it, so that's the one thing I wanted to make sure they know. So say it's too hot, what do you do?
Add water, add cilantro, add some more tomato. Just add all the other ingredients until you get it more or less tame.
But you don't like to add tomato unless you absolutely have to, right?
Right, because then it gives it a tomatoey taste. I think right now, we just did a taste before we filmed. It needs a little bit more tomato and garlic. All the other ingredients except for peppers. We only put 2 peppers and it's very spicy right now.
Yeah. And so what if it's not spicy enough? Then would you put a whole nother pepper, or would you maybe just put half a pepper?
Because I know our preferences, I would just use maybe a quarter or a half a pepper.
So go up gradually so you can keep playing with it. Anyway, and it's weird. Each batch has a different color to it and a different flavor. No batch is ever exactly the same. But we put it in just a little pour container in the refrigerator, and literally we put it on pretty much everything. It's a very low calorie. It spices things up. And so that's it. That's why I couldn't get him to write it down, because as you can see, it's all, you know, guesswork. So anyway, that is how you make Diego's sauce. I'm not even going to... Okay, chili sauce.
Chile.
Okay.
Chile.
Okay, that's how you make the sauce. And so, let us know your success stories. Hopefully you don't go burning down the house with it. And so we'll say goodbye. And Joshua?
Go check out my YouTube channel, Awesome Dude ATX.
Because he's an awesome dude just like his dad.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.